Lust is silently killing your drive. If you're chasing pleasure, quick pleasure at that, you're robbing yourself of long-term greatness. As a man in my 20s, this is something that I've struggled with and still struggle with to this day. I'm getting better at it. It just means I'm not perfect at it. The key to getting better and the key to working to break lust is creating healthy habits to where we have to stop thinking about it. We have to stop visualizing it. We have to stop seeing it that way. So I'm going to go over a couple different reasons and points on how we can overcome lust as men and move forward with finding and excelling in our purpose. So to talk about our purpose, lust distracts from anything that we want, anything that we have going. I know you guys have been in similar situations, and if you have not, you might get there. You've ever had a situation where you're trying to be productive, you're trying to work, you're trying to read, you're trying to work out, you're trying to do any of these things. In the back of your mind, you just keep thinking about lust. You keep thinking about women. You keep thinking about the stuff on the internet. You keep thinking about the OnlyFans models, all these different things. This is what happens when we have lust. We think about these things and it takes us away from our purpose. It constantly takes us away from our purpose until we either have the mental clarity or the strength to just get it out of our head and we can refocus, or until we actually give in to that mental weakness of lust and we go do what we know we shouldn't be doing. To be great, we cannot chase. As I said in my last video, you cannot chase women. You have to build, and you have to let the building, like bees and honey, you got to let it attract. We have to stop rewarding ourselves when we watch the things on the internet, when we look at the OnlyFans models, when we look at the things that we're not supposed to be looking at. I'm not going to say it on YouTube, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And you do the things you're doing to those videos, to those pictures, paying, messaging, you're rewarding yourself without the work. For one, you're rewarding yourself for something virtual, someone you don't know, someone you will probably never meet, over a fantasy, and you're desensitizing your brain to sex, to women, and you start to sexualize them more, and that's all you constantly think of. We get to the point as men where we lust so much that we can't even have a proper conversation with women and treat them as people, because we're constantly thinking about them as objects and thinking sexually about them. So stop rewarding ourselves without earning it. We need to, if we want that, if we want to lust, if we want a woman, if we want that, we need to go out in the real world and we need to go work for it. We need to go earn that. We need to go face to face and have a conversation and get to that point. Yes, you might get rejected. Yes, it might be a little scary at first, but I guarantee you the more you do it, the more you practice and you build confidence, the easier it will become. We have to get out of this virtual world. It's the same with my previous video. Stop consuming, start producing. We're consuming less. We're consuming sexual content instead of producing it ourselves. There's plenty of women in the world that will be interested in any of you guys. And you guys have to remember that and think about that. I don't know if you guys are in the same boat as me, but I know when I lust and I mess up and I have a weak moment, that clarity afterwards is horrible. I really kick myself. I lose respect for myself. I tell myself like, hey, I know better. I've got to the point where I don't feel good about it. So when I mess up, it's like, yeah, I can't continue doing that because I know I'm wrong. I know I need to be better. I know I'm here to be excellent and excel with my purpose and find what I'm here to be. And that just distracts me from it. So you have to be on yourself. No one else can be your worst critic besides yourself. You have to hold yourself accountable when you mess up. You have to hold yourself accountable to restrain and refrain from doing these things. The biggest reason why this is worse than it's ever been before is because of the internet. The internet weaponized lust. I had a friend ask me, how can he stop lusting? How can he stop doing the things he was doing. And one thing that I found out myself, I didn't get this from anyone. When I was on my journey a couple years ago, when I first started this, I was just like, how can I prevent myself from thinking about the negative things of lust, or wanting to lust, or wanting these things? And then I looked at my social media and I said, all I do is follow half naked women on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok, on Facebook, only fan models posting their links, constantly getting me in that mindset to where I want to lust. We have to block those accounts. We have to unfollow those accounts. We should follow accounts that are going to help build us, that are going to give us motivational speeches, motivation, give us ideas, tips that we can learn from, books that they recommend, music that they recommend, food, just different things to where we are focused more on the real world and improving ourselves and our mental and our spirit, instead of seeing a girl, do what they do on social media and get paid, and then it messes up our conscience for the rest of the day, or for that moment, to where we lapse with weakness. When you lust, you're focusing on something that's not there. You're focusing on something virtual instead of what you could be doing. If you want that, if you want women, if you're a ladies' man, whatever it may be, that will come when you build yourself. Once you build yourself and you create your greatness, whatever it may be in life, I'm not saying you have to be rich. I'm not saying you have to be a millionaire, but you have to create your worth. You have to create your purpose. Once you do that, everything that you want will be there. Everything that you wish for will be there. I can guarantee you that. Whether you want to be married, whatever you want to do, you'll have the option to do so. We can't lust and expect to build ourselves and find our purpose, because lust negatively impacts our spirit, our physical, and our mental, because we put things on the back burner to deal with the lust in the moment. And then the more and more you do it, the more and more it appears. So then you never take away from the back burner and put your goals and your aspirations in front of you. You just constantly keep them back there, and you keep dealing with lust and trying to find different ways to create lust. It's like a drug. You're trying to find that dopamine hit. You have to start with discipline. It's the same as anything else. You don't go crazy, but you have to create rules that are going to help you get out of this scenario, get out of this lust. Go to bed early. What I noticed is the later I stayed up at night, I'm constantly thinking about things that are bad, lusting about things that are bad, wanting to go do things. The more I took alcohol and was intaking alcohol, causing me to think and crave lust. Cut out those negative things. Get off your phone at night. Go to sleep early. Stop drinking alcohol. Stop doing drugs. And build. Create healthy habits that keep your mind centered and keep your mind focused. I've been reading books. I've been watching motivational stuff. I've been learning new skills. I've been focusing on being creative. These things keep my mind at ease. And you guys have to find something to keep your mind at ease. And I'm not talking about playing the game. Playing the game does not work. You playing the game, it's in the same thing. You need to actually challenge your mind. Keep your mind focused and learning and building. And just remember, you're not in this alone. If you're lusting, you're not the only one. There's millions of men going through this as well. Turn that lust into drive. Keep going. Take away the lust, put it into your drive, into what your goals are and what your mission is as a man. That's the only way you're going to get better. Support and take your time. It's not about who wins the race, who's the fastest. This is a marathon. It's going to take time. You're going to have ups and you're going to have downs. But the thing that matters is that we're consistently focusing on getting better, trying to get rid of the lust, trying to find our purpose and excel in our purpose, and trying to just be a better man and prepare for our 30s. It's your boy J3.